cakes are a pastry dessert that have been around for a long time, even longer than oxygen. Naturally, it is only logical for something this ancient to exist on a continuum, as anything to have ever existed of any importance does. This is the definitive cake continuum. I chose that word because it sounds cool. Keep in mind, this is just my opinion, okay? If my taste in cakes doesn't line up with yours, that's fine. So the first class of cake in the continuum is the non-edible class, and there's really only one cake in here, the fruit cake. Who thought this was a good idea? Huh? Why would you do this? Who did this? If I want to eat fruit, I'll go out and get some fruit. I don't want to spend an hour picking out all the disgusting bits of shriveled fruit nuggets in this putrid mess of an abomination, only to find out that, oh wait, it's damn near impossible because there are more pieces of fruit in this fucking cake than there are stars in our galaxy. I just can't comprehend why anyone thought creating this atrocity was a good idea. Granted, if a skilled baker can make a good fruit cake, sure, I'd be willing to give it a try. I'm sure it can taste good, but why would anyone waste their precious time trying to bake a good version of this oversweetened, obese behemoth? This cake tastes like dental fluoride rinse. This cake looks like someone thought it would be hilarious to just throw a bunch of random shit into a cake tin and setting the heat up to maximum. Why do you exist? Okay, pretty much after this point, most cakes start tasting good. We're now in the passable tier. Here you'll find cake like sponge cakes, which are made out of sea sponge. You know, it's light, it's fluffy, it tastes like seawater. I think really the biggest drawback of these kinds of cakes are that they're often a bit too regular. Legend has it that when you eat a slice of sponge cake, an elderly British woman somewhere in the world smiles. Wedding cake, I mean, it's okay. I guess the icing tastes good, but I mean, it just kind of reminds me of how horribly alone I am, so, you know, it's not really soul food. Somewhere around here we also have pound cake, which is a cousin of the sponge cake belonging to the family unoffensively Blandis cakeoris, which tastes good, but you know, when was the last time you said to yourself, wow, I'm just really dying for some good pound cake? Okay, we're now entering the good tier. To start, we have a cake that somehow makes less sense than the fruit cake, but strangely tastes better. I'm talking, of course, about the carrot cake. They can taste pretty good. They're good with anything, you know, coffee, milk, cow blood, tea. I'm just actually really curious as to how this thing got created. It's kind of just funny to think how someone somewhere said to themselves, hey, today I'm gonna make a cake out of a vegetable, you know, as any regular human does. Birthday cake is delicious, and the sentimental value of this cake is through the roof. With every bite, I vividly remember with great fondness how no one would come to my birthday parties, so I would get to eat a cake to myself. The super tier is a place reserved for high-class cakes and cakes that can be considered delicacies. Some common cakes on this level are the tiramisu cake, the Napoleon cake, Abraham Lincoln cake, Alexander the Great cake, the chocolate cake, and the red velvet cake, to name a few. They also possess mystical qualities. According to the Mayans, the ancient Greeks, the Aztecs, and me, anyone who eats these cakes gains access to a heightened plane of consciousness. For example, in this heightened plane, simple addition operations in mathematics become effortless. The amount of spelling and grammar mistakes you make while typing is reduced by 3%. And you also become more efficient at drinking from plastic cups. But there is one cake, one delectable dessert that takes the cake for best cake. This cake somehow manages to make even less sense than the fruit cake and the carrot cake combined. I'm referring to the cheesecake. They're pretty good, I guess. Oh, also ice cream cake is really good. Okay, bye.